I'd like to start by mentioning that I am using a b- breathing technique to control my s- s- stutter. Your internet is working just fine. Are you secretly waiting for a magical br- breakthrough that is going to forever change your life? If so, you might be waiting for a while. Trust me, I stutter. I know a thing or two about waiting. Reflecting on my journey so far, I I realized that transformation occurs through what I call millions of micro moments of b- bravery. Before I elaborate further on this idea, I'd like to tell you all a s- story. Are you familiar with the author Mark Manson? He's best known for his self improvement books with very interesting titles. He also happens to be one of my favorite authors. On the 27th of May in t- t- 2019, I attended his book signing event at a major b- bookstore in downtown Toronto. There must have been 500 people there with no masks. Uh, I miss those days. After reading us some p- passages from his book, Mark announced that he would rather spend the remainder of the time answering questions from the audience. As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to pound. The mere thought of holding that microphone and speaking in front of hundreds of people caused a panic reaction to cascade throughout my physiology. But I had already won public speaking competitions and performed stand-up comedy at the time. In other words, I was no stranger to speaking in public. In spite of the fact that I had achieved milestones that my younger self would have deemed absurdly impossible, those alleged breakthroughs did not cause the fear or discomfort to disappear or even diminish. Far from it. In that instant, every past moment of triumph felt irrelevant. Like it had never even existed. We'll get back to Mark Manson in a bit. You see, in the past 5 years, I went from avoiding speaking out of fear to performing stand-up comedy in 3 continents and 4 languages. I actually stutter in 6 different languages. I've since delivered keynotes on inclusion and resilience at organizations, conferences, and educational institutions all around the world. And the number one question I've gotten during the Q&A sessions has been, Joze, what was your turning point? To me, that question is based on a romanticized understanding of change. It's based on the assumption, heavily influenced by Hollywood, that all we need is a singular breakthrough moment when something just clicks as we go running under the rain with Katy Perry's fireworks playing in the background. That was not the case for me. In fact, my biggest aha moment in life has been that there are no aha moments in life. Transformation occurred through millions of micro moments of bravery, during which I repeatedly did what I feared. So, what do I mean by micro moments of bravery. When I'm performing stand up at the comedy club, the audience will see this final macro moment of me being on stage. However, they won't see the micro moments when I challenged myself by going to the mall and introducing myself to 100 complete strangers every single week for years. They won't see me saying yes to opportunities outside of my comfort zone. They won't see whatever steps I take to get up on stage. And they won't see me asking one of my favorite authors a question in front of hundreds of people in a public forum. In case you are wondering about what happened that day, I did end up speaking. I started by telling Mark and the audience that my question was going to be full of suspense. And then I proceeded to tell Mark that his book had positively shaped the transformational journey I embarked on over the past few years. Right after speaking, I felt on top of the world. I was reminded that fear and action do not have to be mutually exclusive. On the contrary, as soon as the fear rushed through my being that day, I vividly recall thinking, uh-oh, this means I have to do this. If we expect that one moment of triumph will automatically unlock the door for future success, we will never create the momentum that is required for ongoing growth and transformation. In other words, if you conquer your fears once, it does not mean that they are gone. It simply means that fear and action can coexist. Fear created action. Let us focus less on waiting for that breakthrough, that one moment that is going to change our lives, and more on cultivating micro moments of bravery. In the words of Nelson Mandela, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. I work on triumphing over my fear on a daily basis through micro moments of bravery. Even when, especially when I least want to. I have learned that I have to conquer my fears every single day. They don't stop, and neither will I. What do you fear? And what micro moment of bravery can you create today to begin your journey towards triumph? Thank you.